Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Moments. In the world of BTS, a small detail can often hold a much deeper meaning. This is exactly what happened after the trailer for the Ararang project was released. Some fans noticed something interesting, 6 recording cylinders appearing at the beginning of the video, and then a 7th cylinder appearing later. For some people, it might seem like just an ordinary visual detail. But for ARMY, the appearance of a 7th cylinder immediately sparked many theories, ranging from the symbolism of the 7 BTS members to the concept of 7 forms of love in their musical journey. Interestingly, while fans were discussing these theories, a simple moment during J-Hope's birthday celebration shifted attention toward a sweet interaction between Jimin and Jungkook. A small detail, yet it felt incredibly meaningful. In the world of BTS, sometimes the biggest stories begin with the smallest details, so small that many people might overlook them. But for fans, those details often feel like pieces of a puzzle that carry a deeper message. That's exactly what happened after the Ararang Project trailer was released. At first glance, the video looked like a typical artistic teaser. However, some fans who watched it more carefully began to notice a particular visual element: 6 recording cylinders arranged in a specific order. The scene appeared only briefly. There was no explanation and no dramatic emphasis. Yet shortly after the recording scene was shown, a 7th cylinder appeared. That small addition was enough to trigger a huge wave of discussion across the fandom. For some viewers, it might simply be a visual prop. But for ARMY, who are used to discovering symbolism in BTS's work, the 7th cylinder felt like a hidden message. Many fans began interpreting the first 6 cylinders as representations of 6 forms of love that frequently appear throughout BTS's music. Over the years, BTS has never spoken only about romantic love. Their music often explores a much wider emotional spectrum, from self-acceptance to humanity's connection with the world. The first cylinder is often interpreted as the symbol of self-love. This theme has become one of the strongest foundations in BTS's music. Their songs repeatedly deliver messages about accepting imperfections, valuing oneself, and having the courage to be authentic. For many listeners, BTS's music is not just entertainment, it is a reminder that everyone deserves to love themselves. The second cylinder is believed to represent romantic love, the feeling of falling in love, full of hope, vulnerability, and emotions that are sometimes difficult to explain. The third cylinder is often associated with healing love. Many BTS songs feel like emotional comfort for their listeners. When someone feels lonely or hurt, their music often sounds like a voice saying, "You are not alone." The fourth cylinder represents another side of love, unrequited love, the painful experience of deep feelings that are not returned. The 5th cylinder is believed to symbolize BTS's love for ARMY. The relationship between BTS and their fans has always been unique. It is not just a connection between artists and an audience, but a long journey built together over the years. The 6th cylinder is often interpreted as nostalgic love, love for memories. The past, their early struggles, and the moments that shaped who they are today all form an important part of BTS's narrative. But the greatest mystery appears when the 7th cylinder is revealed. For many fans, this cylinder feels different. In some scenes, it is even placed at the center, as if the other 6 cylinders are surrounding it. This led to another theory. The 7th cylinder might represent universal love, a form of love that goes beyond all previous categories. Love for life, for humanity, for culture, for memories, for the past, and for the future. In this interpretation, the 6 previous forms of love are simply different faces of the same energy, a universal emotion that connects everything together. This symbolism becomes even more fascinating when fans recall the historical context briefly mentioned in the trailer. In 1896, 7 Korean students studying abroad reportedly recorded the folk song Ararang using recording cylinders. 7 students, 7 cylinders, 7 members of BTS. The parallel feels too strong to be dismissed as coincidence. It almost seems as if, more than a century later, BTS is continuing the same story. If those 7 students once recorded Ararang as a memory of their homeland, BTS may now be reintroducing that song to the world with the emotions and technology of a new generation. In this sense, music becomes a bridge through time, and love becomes a language that never grows old. Some fan theories even go further. If each of the 6 types of love is represented by 2 songs, that would make 12 songs. Adding 2 songs representing universal love would bring the total to 14 songs. Interestingly, when the official tracklist was later announced by Big Hit Music, the album indeed contained 14 tracks. Was this all planned from the beginning? Or was it simply a coincidence that felt almost too perfect? No one knows for sure. But BTS has always been known for creating artistic worlds filled with symbolism, metaphors, and emotional layers. Small details often hide much larger stories. And perhaps that message is not only present in their music concepts, but also in the way they live their lives together. A recent example appeared during J-Hope's birthday celebration. Birthday celebrations are always warm moments. But when it involves the members of BTS, the atmosphere becomes even more special. This time, Kim Seokjin brought the birthday cake, while the other members gathered around to celebrate J-Hope's special day. As fans might expect, the moment was filled with laughter, playful teasing, and the cheerful energy that BTS is known for. From the beginning of the video, the atmosphere felt relaxed. The members stood around the cake while congratulating J-Hope, their smiles sincere and warm. But as often happens in BTS moments, fans quickly noticed the small interactions between Jimin and Jungkook. Throughout the celebration, the two seemed incredibly comfortable around each other. Nothing dramatic, just natural ease. One of the cutest moments came when it was time to blow out the candles. At first, J-Hope tried to blow them out. But the candles didn't go out immediately. The room grew even louder with laughter when Jungkook also tried to blow them out. Whether he was joking or simply caught in the awkward moment, he couldn't put them out either. The small incident made everyone laugh. Then, without hesitation, Jimin casually stepped in and blew out the candles for Jungkook. The moment lasted only a few seconds, but it was enough to make many fans smile. Sometimes, small gestures feel more meaningful than long words, because they show spontaneous care. The other members laughed as well, and J-Hope's birthday celebration turned into a moment filled with genuine togetherness. Just a group of friends celebrating a special day. But the part that stayed with many fans appeared at the end of the video. While the camera was still rolling, Jimin and Jungkook were seen standing face to face, smiling at each other almost at the same time. Their smiles looked warm, relaxed, and completely natural. For many fans, that simple smile felt like a small glimpse into a friendship that has grown for years. It wasn't dramatic. There were no big speeches. Just two people smiling comfortably at each other. J-Hope's birthday celebration was full of happiness, from the members' laughter to the unexpected little moments that made the atmosphere even warmer. Yet, just like in the Ararang trailer, it was the smallest details that stayed in fans' hearts. Jimin blowing out the candle for Jungkook. Their smiles at the end of the video. A simple moment of togetherness that felt completely genuine. And perhaps that is what makes BTS truly special. Behind the complex album concepts, the endless fan theories, the massive concerts, and their global success, what remains most meaningful is something incredibly simple. Friendship, warmth, and genuine human connection. Just like the possible meaning behind the 7 recording cylinders in the Ararang trailer, that in the end, all forms of love return to the same place. The human desire to connect with one another. And perhaps we may never truly know whether the 7 cylinders were intentionally designed as a hidden message or simply a coincidence. But what makes BTS special is how even the smallest details, a symbol, a smile, or a spontaneous moment like Jimin blowing out the candle for Jungkook, can feel incredibly meaningful to fans. Because in the end, beyond all the theories and big concepts, what remains is the warmth and bond they share. So what do you think? What do you think the 7th cylinder really represents? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories here on Jikook Moments.